Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple and a Rose Love and Astrology Night. Tonight, I'm going to talk to you about Venus moving into Aquarius on the 17th. We are looking at the week of January 11th through the 17th. I am going to read for the collective, and of course, I will offer some mini readings at the end. Guys, please remember we are multi streaming. So tonight, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and TikTok. Lots of cameras going tonight, so I hope everyone can see, has picture. I hope the sound is okay. Welcome, everyone. Oh, Sherry, I'm so glad you're able to make it tonight. Guys, get comfortable. I have a lot of Venus information to share with everyone. I'm going to give you that sneak peek into Venus retrograde a little bit later in the year. I want us to really get ahead of it before it gets here. It's going to start in Scorpio, of course, and then end in Libra. So if you guys have been watching me for any amount of time, you know that me and Venus retrograde have a special relationship, right? Thank you, Sandra. I'm so glad. What do you guys think about all the cameras? Look, you can see my face and you can see the cards all at the same time. I know, right? Guys, I'm at Miss Tina's. Miss Tina had to have a little minor surgery, nothing major. So I'm just helping her out for a little bit. So I set up the office and, here we are. Welcome, everyone. I see everyone coming in. All right, guys, get comfortable. Grab a water. We're going to be here in a minute. I have a lot of information to talk to you guys about. And then, of course, I do have a little video for you guys to watch as well. I get so nervous when we do the camera, you guys, especially when it's time to hit the live button. I mean, y'all just don't know. It's got this countdown. And oh my goodness, when the countdown is going, it's like, I mean, I know it's not like the end of the world, right? We're just, purple and a rose. We're, still very small community and growing, of course. But it doesn't matter. There could be like one person, there could be nobody, and it's still like very nerve-wracking to hit that live button. All right, let me get my notes out. Oh, I forgot to show you guys my new glasses, which I gotta have to be able to see. All right, let me grab my water too. Divine timing, welcome. Sandra, Vanessa joining us. I'm just gonna check on TikTok real quick because I know Sister probably not going to be with us tonight. I feel like I can only get her to moderate when I'm there. All right, let me pull it up real quick. All right, in the meantime, everyone tell me, how was your weekend? How did you fare through the Cancer full moon? Ooh, look at TikTok. It'll only work for a little while, guys, until TikTok yells at us. So if you are watching on TikTok, you can always join us on any of the other platforms, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. And it looks like Twitch is going well. I love it when everything works the way it's supposed to. But I gotta say, like, Sister got me all these little gadgets. So definitely makes things like so much easier. All right, let me get to it. Are you guys ready to talk about Venus? We are having a Venus Mars Cazimi. That energy is really potent right now, the 6th through the 9th. We did talk about that last week, guys. So if you missed it, you can check that out over on my YouTube channel. All right. All right, guys, here we go. All right, so we're looking at the week of the 11th through the 17th. And of course, the biggest cosmic influence this week is Venus moving into Aquarius. So I'm going to break down the big picture. For a few weeks, actually, in early 2026, this planet is going to guide us how we love, connect, and how we find harmony. And then it's moving into the sign of Aquarius, which is the inventor. So this mix is going to encourage us to be kind, fair, and a little bit revolutionary in all of our relationships. Relationships. So that's going to be key. And I want you guys to keep that in mind as we talk about the rest of this Venus energy. I'm going to start out, I'm going to break it down because Venus does represent a lot of things, not just love, but I'm going to break it down how it's going to impact each section. So I'm going to start out with first love and friendship, because I do feel that for those of you that are single, you're going to notice a lot of this energy coming through your friends. All right, so think of best friend love. The best relationships right now are going to feel easy, honest, and based on true friendship. Space is going to feel healthy with Venus in Aquarius. You and the people in your life will want room to be your own unique selves, and that's going to give you freedom and bring you closer. There's going to be new rules allowed with this energy because remember, Aquarius is the inventor. So you don't have to follow the old rules of dating or friendship. You can create connections that work perfectly for you. Fairness is going to be key, and everyone's ideas and feelings are going to get equal respect. It's going to be a time for teamwork and not for one person calling all the shots. Okay. And so that's love and friendship, Venus in Aquarius. All right. So in your mind and community, because again, Aquarius energy, you're going to need a mental spark. So a boring conversation will lose your interest really quickly. You're going to be drawn to people with big, exciting ideas who want to make the future better. The we is going to matter. You might feel pulled towards groups, clubs, or online communities that are working on a cause that you believe in. Fighting for a better world together feels really good with Venus in Aquarius. You see people as equals with Venus in Aquarius. Whether talking to a boss or a new acquaintance, you treat them with the same basic respect. Titles and statuses matter less now with Venus in Aquarius. All right, next I'm going to talk about your money. So your money and ideas. Again, this is Venus and Aquarius energy. Your weird ideas might actually be a winner at this time. Money and opportunities could come from thinking outside the box, using new technology, or collaborating with a team. You could update old traditions with Venus and Aquarius. It's a great time to look at an old habit or family tradition and ask, how can we make this work for us today? So you do have permission to change it with this energy. All right, here's some do's and don'ts with Venus and Aquarius. Do be yourself. Be a great friend. Try a new way of doing things. Share your unique ideas. Fight for a fair cause. Don't cling too tightly. Don't be selfish. Don't stick to the old ways just because it's old. And don't be afraid to be different. All right. So, bottom line, Venus and Aquarius, it's your invitation to connect with others in a way that feels free, fair, and future focused. It's about building bonds that don't hold you back, but instead inspire you to be more you. All right, so now I'm going to break it down for each rising sign. So I hope everyone has their charts. Let me grab a drink real quick. Divine timing. I see your purchase, Venus retrograde sneak peek. I'm assuming. That's the one. I feel like that's what I would want to know about, right? And for those of you guys that don't know, I experienced my Kundalini activation or Kundalini awakening or the start of my whatever you want to call it during Venus retrograde in the summer of 2023. So anytime Venus goes retrograde, I love that, Diana. Oh, my heart. But anytime Venus goes retrograde, um, I always like feel like I'm gonna get some type of activation. You know what I mean? Like something is gonna happen. So it's like this time I definitely want to get ahead of the game. All right, guys. I know that most of you are looking at your sun sign, and I know that your sun sign is important. It definitely is. But I want you guys to start focusing on your rising sign, especially as we move through 2026. Your rising sign is going to be really important, especially when you're looking at horoscopes and forecasts that have to do with astrology. So I was telling a friend of mine the other day, I'm really going to start, um, you know, I guess just amplifying that rising energy and making sure that everyone knows what their rising sign is. If you don't know what your rising sign is, like, guys, it's free. There's all kinds of apps online, but if for some reason you struggle, whatever, just email me. I will gladly find your rising sign for you for free. Everyone needs to know what your rising sign is, okay? So tonight I'm going to break down Venus in Aquarius based on your rising signs. So get your charts out, and I'm going to start with Aries rising. So, Aries rising, the area of life that you're going to be impacted with Venus moving into Aquarius on January 17th is going to be your social circles, your friendships, hopes, and dreams. So, here's what you can expect. You're the unofficial leader of your friend group right now. So, you'll attract interesting, unconventional people into your circle. Old friendships may feel refreshing, and new ones could start through shared ideals. You may also feel a strong urge to align with a cause or community project. Your vibe with this energy is going to be popular, visionary, and connected. Use this energy to network for a dream that you believe in. All right, next is Taurus rising. So on January 17th, when Venus moves into Aquarius, the area of life that this is impacting for you is your career, public image, and reputation. So, what to expect here is your unique style and innovative ideas are noticed at work. This is a great time to collaborate with a team on a project or to present a forward thinking proposal. You may attract support from mentors or friends in high places at this time. So just be yourself. Your authenticity is your professional asset. And your vibe for Taurus rising is a respected innovator at work. Your friendliness with colleagues leads to success. All right, next we have Gemini rising. So, the area of life that's impacted for you with Venus moving into Aquarius is your beliefs, higher learning, travel, and perspective. So, your mind is extra hungry for stimulating unusual ideas at this time. You might enroll in a unique course, connect with inspiring people online from different cultures, or have your worldview expanded by a friend. A meeting of the minds could turn into a very sweet connection. And your vibe for Gemini rising is the curious philosopher. So this is learning and sharing ideas is going to open new doors for you with Venus in Aquarius. Right, next is Cancer rising. So if you're a Cancer rising like me, the area of life that's being impacted for us is our shared finances, intimacy, and personal transformation. This is our eighth house. So what we can expect is the energy is going to help you approach shared resources like loans, investments, or even taxes with a smart, innovative strategy. In close relationships, you crave a deeper mental connection and more freedom within commitment. An unexpected financial boost could definitely come through a friend, a tip, a group effort, anything like this. And your vibe for Cancer rising is going to be the collaborative investor. You grow closer by giving each other space. Cancer rising. All right, Leo rising is next. So Venus moving into Aquarius is going to impact your one-on-one relationships, partnerships, and contracts. This is your seventh house. So you can expect that your closest relationships in business or personal get an upgrade. You attract partners who are also best friends, people who respect your independence and bring exciting ideas. If you're single, you could meet someone unique through a friend or group. And this is key, or the key is equal partnership with total freedom to be yourself. You're going to be a charismatic partner. You're going to attract alliances that feel liberating, not limiting. All right, Virgo rising is next. Virgo rising, your area of life that is impacted by Venus moving into Aquarius is going to be your sixth house daily routines, work, health, and service. So you can expect to find joy in organizing your daily life in smarter, more efficient ways. You might make a new friend at work or through a health focused community. Your approach to wellness could become more experimental, trying new tech or group classes, for example. Helping a cause could feel fulfilling at this time as well. And your vibe for Virgo rising is going to be the efficient humanitarian. You improve your world by helping the collective. All right, Libra rising is next. Everyone still with me? I'm getting distracted, but I gotta know. So my mom told me that my birth certificate was wrong about my birth time. Ooh, I'm a Libra rising instead of a Taurus rising. Ooh, just curious if I can double check. Okay, so if it's that close, it's on the cusp, right? Like it's pretty close. It's it's got to be like it's on the line, right? So I mean, anytime you have, so when they say that you need to know your time of birth, that is important for when you're looking at the degrees. You know how people study degree theory in astrology? So each degree that goes around means something, right? And it has a specific meaning. So when you're studying degree theory, that's when the time of birth really, really comes into play. For me, when I'm doing your birth charts and I'm trying to figure out like what your purpose is, like where you're going to put all of your best qualities to align yourself with your soul's path in the like best, most practical way, right? I need that time in order to be able to use those degrees in order to be able to tell you those things, right? To know if you're like a rising or where your sun sign is or stuff like that, or to know like what energies your rising would encompass. It doesn't necessarily you like I mean, yes, the time is important and yes, it's helpful, but if you don't have your birth time, you could still get the general information because again, it's going to be most likely on the cusp. It's really close to you know the other side, right? Except for I just realized that like Taurus and Libra is pretty far apart, so that timing has to be like way different. So how does it change your whole chart or just your rising? Now I gotta know. Most of the time, it just changes it by a little bit. You know what I mean? Because it's in the same day, in the same 24-hour period. So it's normally like not such a drastic change. But Taurus to Libra is pretty drastic. My young son had his birth time wrong initially on his birth certificate. It said 12:57 and should have been 0:57. I see. And that would stink. I had to order the long form to get my birth time. Like I didn't know my birth time either. And so that kind of happened to me, divine timing. So I had, for example, and a few things moved when I put my birth time in it. But hi Tim. But a few things moved and one of them was my moon sign. Like it went from Capricorn into Sagittarius. But again, it's still on the cusp, so it's like it's still taking both of those energies. You know what I'm saying? Saying I'm a Sagittarius. Yours seems like it's really changed drastically. So that's really interesting. Like I want to know now. We'll definitely have to talk like after the live, right? All right, let me get back to the notes. Oh my gosh, I got so distracted. Where were we? Libra rising. Okay, you're Libra rising. Venus moving into Aquarius on the 17th of January is going to impact your creativity, romance, pleasure, and self expression. This is your fifth house. So, what you can expect is your creative and romantic life is going to get a jolt of originality. You'll express yourself in bold new ways. dating can feel more fun, lighthearted, experimentation with interesting people. If you're already in a relationship, try a new hobby together at this time with Venus in Aquarius. Joy comes from being authentically you for Libra rising. And your vibe is going to be the joyful and innovator. You attract good times by being true to your unique self. All right, Scorpio rising is next. My favorite, right? Okay, so Scorpio rising, your area of life that's being impacted by Venus moving into Aquarius is your home, family, roots, and your private life. This is your fourth house. What you can expect is to bring a breath of fresh air to your home life. You might redecorate with modern flair, host unique gatherings, or connect with family in a more open minded way. You could also feel a stronger sense of belonging with a chosen family or community group. Your vibe for Scorpio rising is going to be the community homemaker. Your home becomes a hub for your unique tribe. All right, Sagittarius rising is next. So, the area of life impacted for you with Venus moving into Aquarius on January 17th is going to be communication, local community, siblings, and short trips. This is your third house. You can expect conversations to be buzzing with excitement, futuristic ideas. You can connect easily with neighbors, siblings, online communities. You're going to be sharing your thoughts through writing, social media, chatting, and all of this can lead to unexpected opportunities and fun new connections. So stay open to random chats. Your vibe is going to be the ideas messenger. Your network expands through authentic, stimulating talk. All right, Capricorn rising is next. So the area of life that's impacted for you is your income, possessions, and personal values. This is your second house. What to expect is going to be that your earning potential gets a boost from innovative ideas or teamwork. Try a new, unconventional approach to a side project. Your sense of self-worth is tied to how authentically you live your value. You live your values, not just what you own. A friend might have a great money tip for you as well, Capricorn rising. Your vibe with Venus moving into Aquarius is the inventive earner. You value freedom and originality over traditional status symbols. All right, Aquarius rising is next. We're getting through it, guys, but don't forget, we're going to talk a little bit, just a little sneak peek about Venus retrograde later in the year, starting in Scorpio and ending in Libra. I'm going to do that immediately following the rising signs. All right, so Aquarius rising, the area of life impacted for you, your personal identity, appearance, and self presentation. What you can expect, this is your personal glow up. So, Venus in your sign makes you charming, attractive, and beautifully yourself. You radiate a friendly, independent vibe that draws people in. It's a perfect time for a style refresh that feels truly you. You're at your most likable when you're not trying to please everyone. Your vibe is going to be the authentic trendsetter. Your magnetism comes from your unique spirit. All right, last one, Pisces rising. The area of life impacted for you with Venus moving into Aquarius on January 17th is going to be your subconscious, rest, spirituality, your private life. So, what you can expect is more private, introspective influence. You will find peace by releasing old emotional patterns and connecting with friends or groups that share your spiritual or compassionate ideals. A dream or a moment of solitude might bring valuable insight. Kindness from a friend could feel healing at this time, and your vibe is the intuitive dreamer. You heal and connect through quiet compassion and idealistic friendship. All right, guys, here it is. Ready? Sneak peek into Venus retrograde. And I'm starting out in Scorpio. Okay, so here's the dates. So Venus retrograde 2026, guys, again, it's a little ways ahead, but we're going to get ahead of it. We're going to be prepared for it. This is not going to be summer of 2023. You know what I'm saying? All right, so mark your calendars because here's the cycle. The pre-shadow is going to begin August 31st. And Venus is going to enter Libra. This is themes around balance, partnership, and fairness beginning to stir. So notice what comes up. The retrograde is going to start October 3rd. Venus slows and appears to move backward in the sign of Scorpio. And then it's actually going to keep going backwards into Libra. So this is a deep, deep review. The retrograde will end November 14th. So, this is taking pretty much the second half of 2026, right? And the post shadow, of course, ends December 15th. And that's when Venus fully clears the retrograde zone. Lessons will be integrated at this time, and you're definitely going to be ready for a new chapter by the end of 2026. All right, so what does this mean? Venus rules love, money, beauty, and what we value. So when it retrogrades, it's like the universe hits pause on autopilot and asks us to look closely at these areas with fresh eyes. It's not a punishment. It's a powerful opportunity to repair, rethink, and realign what truly matters to your heart. All right, here's what the collective themes may feel like. From Scorpio to Libra, it's going to be a journey of depth to balance. The retrograde will start in an intense transformative Scorpio, pushing us to look at the deep stuff in our relationships, power dynamics, trust, intimacy, and shared resources. Old emotional patterns or unresolved bonds may surface for healing at this time. It then is going to move into the harmony-seeking Libra, asking us to find balance, fairness, and peace in our one-on-one connections. It's about learning to stand in your truth while respecting the other. It's also going to be a season of relationship audit. Okay? So I feel like this is key here, relationship audit. This is why, if you're wondering why we're talking about it so soon, this is it right here. Okay, so past people often return during retrogrades. We all know that. It's not just Mercury retrograde, although Mercury retrograde is the most common. But it's not to distract you. It's so that you can find closure, understanding, or a new beginning on healthier terms. You're also going to experience current partnerships feeling tested on authenticity, equality, and genuine commitment. It's going to be a chance to fix what's off in your loving relationships or release what no longer fits. Venus retrograde is also going to deal with values and self-worth. It's going to feel like a realignment when it comes to our values and our self-worth. You might question, does my spending reflect on my true priorities? Am I giving too much away? It's going to be a brilliant time to reorganize your finances, renegotiate agreements, and reconnect with your inherent worth. Not from what you own or who loves you, but from within, right? It's also going to impact beauty and personal style. So I feel like during the retrograde, we're going to hold off on any type of major appearance changes, anything like drastic haircuts or new cosmetic procedures, any type of expensive style overhaul. Venus retrograde is not going to be the time to do that. Your taste is going to be refining. So after the retrograde, you'll know exactly what image reflects the real you. All right, so here's some do's and don'ts for the Venus retrograde coming at the end of 2026. Again, just a little sneak peek tonight. Do review, reconcile, and repair. Reconnect with yourself, restore balance, regenerate, renegotiate contracts, reflect on what true beauty and worth mean to you. Pause on new romantic commitments, major luxury purchases, launching beauty brands, legal weddings, dramatic relationship decisions that it could be made in haste around that time. Those are your do's and don'ts. All right, so here's the inspiring truth of the retrograde. The retrograde will be a cosmic gift of clarity. It's going to help you let go of relationships that drain your spirit, financial habits that hold you back, and old stories that shrink your self-worth. You're going to be guided to love more wisely, value yourself more deeply, and connect more authentically. Think of it as not as going backwards, but as gathering essential wisdom so that you can move forward with a lighter heart and a clear path. All right, guys, that's what I have for our Venus Love and astrology. Did we get a list? We get a list going. Oh, you guys, I didn't get a pen. All right, hold on. Sorry, video. Let me find a pen. What date did I say it starts? Let me pull it back up. I got it. I got it right here. It's August when it goes into the shadow period. Okay, so August 31st, it goes into the pre-shadow. And it's in Libra. The retrograde will start the 3rd, it's in Scorpio. The retrograde will end the 14th, it's in Libra. And it leaves the post-shadow December 15th. So yes, circle. Sent donation, but I don't mind going last. What? No way, Jose. All right, let me get. All right, we got camera. Glasses so I can see. Oh, I can see. Then I work on that one day. I will share my journey as Rosa does. All of you will actually, like that's the whole point is all of you will do what I'm doing one way or another. I mean, you may not do it, like on YouTube or TikTok. Let me go check on TikTok real quick. But you will. We got in trouble already. All right, let me try it. Let me see if I can put it back. When you go through spiritual awakening, like that's what happens. I'm so upset about the TikTok because so I see people over there like reading the tarot all the time. And then I go to do it and it doesn't let me, but it's only because I'm using my restream. Like, how unfair is that, right? What? All right, I wasn't ready, guys. So let's go here. And let's go here. And let's pause there. And let me drink my tea. But we do have camera tonight, guys. So you're going to be able to see me. You're going to be able to see the cards all at the same time. I'm not nervous about it at all. Some of you do what I do right now. You do it right now by talking about your spiritual awakening to your friends and your family. I will say, like, let's talk about that for a minute too. There's a time and a place, right? Like, there's a time and a place. If you're going through spiritual awakening, regardless of what caused your awakening, it's like, I don't know. You're not gonna like walk up to the mailman when he's delivering your mail and start telling him about how you talked to Jesus this morning and had some downloads on some Christ consciousness. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you could if you wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't. Those conversations don't seem to go well. I would definitely recommend finding like minds, right? People that are also having spiritual awakening, that are experiencing the same thing as you are. So that when you talk about your awakening and you give your testimony, you don't look like the words match, right? They understand what you're saying, and it doesn't look like you're just some crazy person, right? I just think it's funny because I feel like some people will just start talking about it anywhere, and then they're like, you know, why doesn't anybody listen, to me? All right, guys. So tonight I'm doing the why do I feel like that camera is so way higher? Okay, but anyway, the Venus in Aquarius. That's the free reading tonight. Of course, talking to heaven. And I think I did messages, which I didn't pull those cards. Yay. Yes, I did. Okay. So messages are free tonight too. So let's get a little list going. I'm going to start with divine timings. She got a specific. I'm going to stop doing this, I promise. She got the specific reading, and I just made it, so I have to go remind myself what it is. Okay. Oh, my pen doesn't work. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, 2 pens. Because I knew one wasn't going to work. All right, the who, the what. Okay. All right. I'm ready. All right, let me know. We have camera. You can see okay. All right, divine timing. There she is. Was it quiet over on Facebook? I think that's all divine masculines. The divine feminine is the talker. And the divine masculine is private. But I hope, Tim, that you know that, like, it's not just you. Divine Timing said, I come on here to talk about it. Yes. Oh, thank you, Diana. Perfect. Okay. All right, here we go. Divine timing. Let's look at who returns. Who returns? First thing we want to know right out of the gate, right? Blossoming abundance. Number 3. The 3 is going to be significant. So blossoming abundance normally means someone new, but I'm looking at who's returning. It could be someone young. Again, the 3 is significant. All right, what you're releasing, we have the action card. It's going to be in action. The Spirit's not going to tell you to stop taking action. What you're gaining, it's going to be door to personal healing and happiness. So you're removing whatever blocked your doorway to personal healing and happiness. What's being renewed is community. There's your soul tribe. There's your like minds. I do see the anxiety card, bottom of the deck. I think that you could be overthinking something. You're worried about something. Maybe you're worried about meeting somebody new or when you're going to meet somebody new. So I should say that not everyone is going to experience people that are returning. It's possible, divine timing, that this is not about someone returning. It may be about removing something in order to unblock the doorway so that someone can come in. And I think it's just like inaction. And I think that like finding like minds, soul tribe, soul family, that type of thing is going to be key. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot. We're going to clarify. Ten of Swords comes out. So completion to a painful life cycle, a painful time in your life. Again, I'm not sensing that this is like a return of someone. I'm sensing that this is more of like you letting something go so that you can, like I said, clear the path or clear the doorway. Two of Swords. It could be fear. That could be why there's no action, like why you don't take action. Knight of Pentacles, slow. Are you single, divine timing? Like, I feel like I'm talking to someone. This reading is very, like, I'm single. I'm not even looking. I have no desire. I'm pouring into my own cup. I'm just invested in myself type of energy. But at the same time, it's like I'm upset that that I'm alone or that I don't have someone to share it with, or there's something like that. All right, what you're releasing is the inaction. Oh, it's not listening to spirit. Six of Swords comes out. So Six of Swords is being guided to calmer waters. So if you're being guided to something, I don't think you're necessarily being guided to calmer waters. You're actually being guided to put yourself out there more. And you may be like, I feel like you're hesitant. Two of Cups comes out, so confirmation. Ace of Swords. There's something in the mind, thoughts, beliefs that's blocking your door to personal healing and happiness. Again, I don't even think it's a person. I don't think it's someone that comes in and out. I'm not saying that there's not someone that comes in and out, but with Venus moving into Aquarius, the Venus retrograde energy at the end of the year, it's not going to be about someone returning. It's going to be about worth, value. How do you value yourself? How do you see yourself? And I think that it's possible that you're struggling to see yourself like in a certain way. That could be what the anxiety is about. I'm not sure. And that's what's blocking your door to personal healing and happiness. All right, so what you gain is you unblock the doorway. All right, Eight of Swords, so big confirmation there because it's self-restriction, like you're doing it to yourself. Fear, a lot of times, is why. The Emperor is like taking your power back, taking control, and then Page of Swords is here. It's like you're ready to get started. It's like you're ready to... So Page of Swords is someone who's watching, but fearful of doing, right? So they learn more, they go get more information so that they can do what it is that they want to do, right? Or like knowledge is power type of energy with that card. All right, the community card. What's being renewed? So Page of Wands comes out. So that's going to be big confirmation that the community card is about spiritual team, spiritual family, spirit, like soul sister, soul family, that type of energy. Because Page of Wands is spiritual awakening. The Hierophant comes out, more confirmation there, ascension. You see the stairs going up, and then 10 of Wands is like, you don't have to carry all the burdens on your own. That's what's happening with Soul Tribe, Soul Family. So ever since I created PLR, I feel like Page of Pentacles on the bottom. I feel like I don't have to carry this weight on my own anymore. Like I have my mod group, right? Which I talk to, several times a day. We're like this, right? And then of course, we do the lives and I get to talk to all of you. It's kind of like whoever said it, was it you, Divine Time, that said it earlier? Like I come in here and talk to you guys about it. It's kind of like that. It's like, that's my tribe. That's my group. That's where I express the things that I've learned or I've gained through my journey or my awakening. I think that for some reason, maybe you've been a little closed off. Again, there's something in the mind. It could have something to do with like how you value yourself or like how you see like your self-worth, that type of energy. Maybe you're like one of those people that are like, why me? Like, why did Spirit choose me? Why do I have all this information? That type of thing as well. But I think that something happens with the retrograde that makes you more confident in yourself, and it helps you open up to more of a like soul tribe, soul community type of energy. And then of course, Ascension, the Hierophant, and I'm using the Light Seers Tarot, so it's pretty significant. All right, I'm going to pull a message from Venus. And I'm going to do it from the Power of Love Activation Oracle. The only major arcanas I pulled for you were the Emperor, which is Aries energy, and the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. Action card. Look at all the confirmation. And that's two different oracles. You see that? All right. You have the courage to express the unique, loving colors of your soul. So it's courage. That's what it is, right? She said, I need proof. All right. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. Spontaneity was on the bottom. That was next. So I'm just saying, as 2026 comes through, spontaneity is going to be a thing. It's our faith, right? Like that's what's being almost tested with the spontaneity. So it's like we are going to have to be more spontaneous, and we're going to have faith that, that everything's happening the way it's supposed to. All right. She said, I need a lot of pages of proof. I love it. All right, let me get lists going. Thank you, Divine Timing. Y'all don't know it, but tonight you're helping me get a serpentine belt. That's our goal for tonight. I've been squeaking for a minute. And I have an old car, but I'm at that stage where it's like, I love my car and I'm not ready. I'm not ready for it to go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not ready to have to get another one. There's not going to be one like it. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, I'm just going to keep repairing all the little things. I just can't help it. All right. Sherry wants to check out Venus. Kai, welcome. Kai wants to check out Venus. And Vanessa. I'm trying to pick my cards. All right, so Venus and Aquarius. I know we talked about like a lot of different energies with Venus and Aquarius, but it's also going to be an energy of service. All right, I've hit the button five times. Kai means food in New Zealand. I love that. I love food. All right, let me have the camera back. What's happening here? Hello. Oh, I broke it, y'all. Broke it. Well, that's not what I meant to do. That's so weird. Like, what happened to my little? Done broke it, y'all. Done broke it. Look. I think that's it. That's as good as it's gonna get. I don't know what I did. I hit too many buttons. Ooh, what are you eating? I haven't eaten today. I messed up today. I don't know. I got up early. I had an early appointment, and then it was one of those mornings like where I got up and I couldn't eat right away. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it doesn't matter what time it is. I want breakfast. You know what I mean? But like today, I had to wait. And then, like, by the time it was time, it was, you know what I'm saying? It was like so much later. And yeah. I waited too long. I know. I broke the camera. I don't know. I kind of like it, though, because we can see the video. I don't have to keep popping it, like, back and forth, I guess. All right. Who is first? Sherry. Sherry, say hi to me in the comments, Sherry. I'm so mad at TikTok. It did. It did. Well, it has like all these options for like where you can place it. And I was placing it in the same spot I had been placing. I mean, I thought I was. That's interesting. Okay, we're talking to Sherry. Still see the cards? Yes. Sweet. All right, Sherry. First card I'm looking at is your service card. Ooh, the Empress comes out. Second card I'm looking at is your value card. Ten of Wands comes out. And the third card I'm looking at is your guidance card. Eight of Wands comes out. You do have the universe on the bottom, which just say that Spirit is trying to get a message to you. Okay. What is all that? Okay. The Empress is manifestation. So Venus moving into Aquarius on the 17th, you're going to help people manifest things that they need. Ten of Wands coming for your, like what you value. You're going to stop carrying the weight of others with Venus and Aquarius. And then your guidance is Eight of Wands. Move quickly. So on the 17th, you could feel like the energy starts to pick up. And things are moving quickly. I think you're manifesting things quickly. Isn't that like right around the time of your trip? Pretty sure. Yes. All right, Kai. Kai was next once Venus. All right, Kai, get ready. I gotta shuffle a little bit, but all right, here we go. Four of Swords. I forget, there's camera, facial expressions. All right, so your service is the Four of Swords. Your value card is the Strength card. That's good. And your guidance is going to be the Five of Swords. I do see Knight of Pentacles on the bottom. Be kinder to yourself and your thoughts and your mind. Everything that happens has purpose, has reason. And sometimes we are redirected, Four of Swords, for purpose. Like, in other words, you may not have been able to fulfill your purpose had you not been redirected. Four of Swords. All right, so your service, when Aquarius moves into, Venus moves into Aquarius on the 17th, is going to be to rest. It's going to be to rest. Some of us are going to feel like we need to be doing things right now. Like, for example, Divine Timings reading, where it's like, take action. Some of us are going to feel like we need to rest. And those of us, and I'm not saying that it's going to work out this way for everyone, but those of us that are being asked to rest, like I'm being asked to rest a lot more than like I normally would. It's because I burnt myself out, right? It's because I waited till I was completely depleted. And so that is why I'm being asked to rest more often than maybe, let's say, divine timing. And I'm not saying that divine timing isn't burnt out or isn't tired or whatever. But she's been putting more time in like investment commitment into refilling her cup than I have. So Spirit is asking her to take action. And it's not that Spirit's not asking you to take action, but rest is going to be more important than the action. You're going to help the collective more by healing you than by, like taking any type of action right now, January 17th, when Venus moves into Aquarius. I think for you, the reason that Spirit is asking you to rest more, I see the Strength card in your value position. So it's almost like you may not realize how strong you are. You may not realize how internally strong you are. You may not realize how much you've went through or how far you've come. You may be struggling to, I know you're struggling to encourage yourself or motivate yourself or cheer yourself on because of the Five of Swords. But Spirit wants you to see your internal strength as a value, as something that is positive, that is worthy. I think in the mind, there's something about being weak or not strong, or not strong enough. There's something in the mind because of the Five of Swords, disagreements, arguments. And I'm not saying that like you're having disagreements or arguments with yourself. It could just be like negative thinking, like you're just telling yourself negative thoughts, like I'm not strong, or I'm weak, or I can't do something, or I'm tired, right? Stuff like that. Speak positivity. Instead of I'm tired, I'm healing, I'm resting, those types of things. I think that by the time Venus finishes through Aquarius, which is for a few weeks, you're going to be talking to yourself a lot more positively. I'm trying not to make up words. Positively. All right. That's it. That's what I got. I hope that was helpful. All right, Vanessa. Sherry says, that's when I come back. I see. Interesting. Now remember, we feel everybody like can feel the energies at different times, right? Like it doesn't have to be, on the 17th. Like you may feel it a little bit early. Sweets. I'm so glad he's here. All right. Vanessa is also doing Venus in Aquarius. Good night. Good night, divine timing. All right, here we go. Ready? Vanessa, your service card is the moon. Your value card is the Lovers. Wow. Your guidance is the Hanged Man, but I did pick Llewellyn Tarot, so the Hanged Man is a little bit different in this particular set, right? Four of Wands on the bottom. The Lovers and Four of Wands. Wow. Four of Wands, 11, right? Again, I'm feeling like you're manifesting something from foundation, 1111, make a wish type of thing. Your service with Venus moving into Aquarius is about emotional regulation, balancing your emotions, not allowing yourself to be triggered. If you are triggered, you're not like reacting to the triggers. It's very non-reactive. It's very in control of your emotions. The value, I think that you're seeing the value. Okay, so the Lovers, of course, is my clue card for the twin flame journey, but it's also choosing yourself, choosing to love and heal yourself, so that you can come into a bond, feeling whole. I think that through your twin flame journey, you have learned emotional regulation. You have learned how not to react to triggers. And there's going to be it's service. So there's going to be something about that. So you're either healing yourself through emotional regulation, and then that is helping, like the collective, or, and I mean, I think it's both, or you're staying calm through triggers, and it's just bringing you like growth, expansion. The Hanged Man in Llewellyn Tarot is not hanging upside down. He's actually fixing to land on his feet. And I always get this feeling like when he lands, he's going to take off running. So I think that something about regulating your emotions, something about like not reacting to triggers was holding you back. And something about your twin flame journey, which is probably, again, just choosing yourself, has taught you how to do that. And it's like, now it's going to open doors. Now you're going to be able to, like, I see it's like with the Hanged Man and Llewellyn Tarot, it's like you're running through, busting through like barriers and obstacles and that type of thing, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think we did pretty good. Am I missing anyone? Let me know. Diana, did you have your name on there? Guys, I'll be back Thursday night. She said, I haven't been triggered lately. I love that. Now, you haven't been, like, the opportunity hasn't happened, or like you aren't reacting that way to triggers anymore. Which one? Which one is it? All right, guys, Thursday night, I'll be back. All 12 signs. We're looking at the week of the 11th through the 17th. Your biggest cosmic influence will be this Venus in Aquarius energy. I hope that the sneak peek into Venus retrograde in Scorpio was helpful. We will talk more about that retrograde as, of course, the date gets closer. I do feel like a lot of us at PLR do experience activations and those types of things during Venus retrogrades, especially for divine feminine. It's possible. I mean, I don't know. I haven't went through my notes and done the statistics or anything like that, but it's very possible that like it just popped in my head that the masculine's activations could be like in Mars transits, and then of course the feminine's activations during Venus transits. That makes sense, right? I just know what happened to me when Venus was retrograde. So it's just, I want us to get ahead of it so that we're prepared for it, especially because it's very relationship and value focused. So I want us to be really confident by the time it gets here that we're prepared for that energy, right? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll see everyone Thursday night, 8 p.m. Central Time. We'll go through the zodiac, all 12 signs. If you cannot catch me live, don't worry. I will put timestamps in the description box immediately following the live stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming in, making it so easy for me tonight. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Moderators, thank you, Diana, for making the list. And I hope to see everyone Thursday night. I love y'all. I'm always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.